was at 111. Rizzy just put that out. Just put a triple bottom over there in Discord for Rndr. Wow. So that's on a daily chart. You can see here. Had the wedge, broke down. Definitely looks good. You got the RSI turning up to the upside on the daily. Let's check the weekly out. Weekly is cranking back over, trying to. This looks like a very, very, very good area. Now, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on. Definitely keep an eye on it for sure. Let's see where we're at as far as Fibonacci goes off this whole thing. Right. Let's get these off here. You know, that's a target if we take out this top over here. Now, let's check this out. Let's go off the this on a weekly, right? Let's go off the very bottom. Yeah, man, you are at a prime area, right? You don't want to see Rndr go any lower, that's for sure. But a triple bottom right there, I would be very, very confident if I would have seen this. Maybe a little bit earlier. How much is it up? 14.32%. All right, had a low of 273. I take it that was down here, and it's up to 319. Yeah, that would have been a nice one to keep an eye on for sure. Looks like this thing more than likely bottomed and is heading up here. Now, the only thing that's confusing me is a possible wave count through here, but you could have an ABC, and it's pretty common to do something like this too. You have a lot of wave counters out there watching, including me. I'm a wave counter for sure. You know, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is it's typical. They don't always work out. You're looking for a fifth wave down, and the thing heads back up. It would only make sense here for Rndr to head back up. That weekly RSI is turning around, and the monthly, oh wow, monthly is at a 5.04 and a 4.32. And look at that monthly support all through there. And look at that. That looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, you got support all through here. If it lost this area, then something else is wrong, right? I mean, for sure. I would be confident myself saying that the low was in, and this thing is heading back up. Now, let's take a look at a couple other things here. Number one, let's take a look at some gaps, all right? On a monthly, don't have any on there. On a weekly, there we go. There's a nice one up here between 610. It's a $7. Beautiful one. You know, right up here. Where's that at on a fib? Let's take a look and find out. Nice. It's at a roughly a 50% retracement right there on a Fibonacci. Now, and on a daily, this is where you start getting more, right? And you want your three candles in a row, and you want your big, your big extension there, on your third one. This one right here is a solid one. Let's see here, right through here, you got 1, 2. That's a solid one. You got them all through here. 1, 2, 3 really good ones on that daily. Right up through here, through the 550, up through the 650, and then up here at the top, from 911 to 986. Looking very, very good. Come back up through and fill all these gaps. Maybe it'll fill them all. Let it run back up here. Just the retracement levels, you're up at over $8. Now, if you zoom in on this and take a look, let's get these off here. Get them gaps off there. On the daily, we are still below the 50 and the 200. Right, we're still below them. On the weekly, we're still below the 50. Don't have a 200 on there on the weekly, and the monthly doesn't have, not on this chart here. On the 12-hour, we're still below both of them. At a bearish crossover right here There I can see on the 12 hour, I can see a wave count here. Alright, for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your 5 waves down. Looking good, it really does. Now you have a break of resistance, and then you have another resistance coming out a little bit further here. Let's take a look. First off, you had the break in here of this inner one, right there. Okay, that one broke. Did it retest? Did it come back? No, not yet. Not on the hourly anyway. Okay, beautiful 1, 2, 3 wave starting here on the 1 hour, breaking up through that 50, and that would be nice. Get back above the 50 on the 1 hour. Okay, on the 4 hour, we got a gap here for sure. Oh yeah, beautiful, nice gap up through here. You'd expect it to do something like this. You know, if you're looking for an entry, not financial advice, if I was watching this for an entry, you have fair value gap, you get a run back up through here, and then get a pullback down into that gap, and look for solid support down here somewhere, and whew, see you later, right? Taking off. Rndr is looking very, very solid. Now you have another resistance coming down. You have numerous, resistance lines, right? It broke that one off of there. We can just take that one off, and let's see what this outer one is. Let's look at some other price targets here. Bitcoin is doing awesome. Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, jeez. They announced a ceasefire, Trump did, and it shot the markets right off. It's amazing how that stuff just times perfectly, isn't it? Yeah, they announced that within 24 hours everything will be quiet, and before Iran fired missiles at Qatar, the American base over there today, they gave them a heads up, said, hey, we're firing these missiles for our retaliation. It's hard to maybe, it was cool of them to call and give America a heads up, and nobody was injured. 14 out of 15 missiles were shot down, and Trump said we let one get through. It ended up hitting something, but no casualties. So Iran got their retaliation. I guess keeps their people happy, and they save face, and all is good, man. Nobody wants war. It's always the innocent people that pay, right? That's what sucks. So, looking good over there, right? You have this overhead resistance coming down through here, right there. Once it gets up through there and smashes, that will be absolutely beautiful. Now, on the daily, if you go off this prior high over here before the big drop, you're looking at a pretty decent retracement here, right? Back up over $4, 440 to 465. That would be your 618 and 702. And like I said, we if you come off the top way back here, then you're getting higher. First off, you got to get through this first area before you start looking at higher price targets, right? You got to get through here, right through here. So we'll keep an eye on that. 440 to 465. Keep an eye on that area. All the higher time frame, like I said, RSIs look fantastic. The daily heading up. You can see, or even on the RSI here, you have a resistance line coming down through there. It's actually hitting it now. Pull this up. You have resistance lines, support and resistance lines on everything basically in trading. It's coming right there. It's out here a little bit, right about where it's getting rejected. Somewhere about there. Alright, so you're going to want to see a break of this here and see this thing take off. But that daily is bullish and heading to the upside. The weekly turning back up here. looking good. Of course, that resistance will be different here on the daily. You'd have it coming down through here, like that. Okay, you got a wedge here on this. Oh, this on the weekly. And this RSI on the weekly probably comes a whole way back here, doesn't it? Yeah, and you can get an idea on you know, how big a price move is going to be, you know, by the RSI in here also. This massive wedge forming down here. So it looks, you know, gonna have a pretty decent breakout on Rndr for sure. In my opinion, right? Everybody's got their own opinion, but this thing looks fantastic. I think it bottoms in here. You know, if it went down below that 250 mark, me personally, I'd be bailing on it. You know, that would take out. You haven't been down below that since November of 2023. You know, back in there, November, October of 2023. You know, going on 2 years ago, all right, from these highs over here. So looking for a run back. I would have, man, I wish I would have seen this thing for a long position. If you want to join us over there in Discord, sign up for a level 3 membership. Come trade with us. It's about leverage trading, right? Okay, right. We're gonna smash it. Bitcoin dominance is starting. We're gonna see what happens with it. But Bitcoin is running. The markets are running, and we have an alt season coming yet. Okay, don't forget about that. Don't get lackadaisical and get left behind here. Come join us. It's only $15. Level 3 membership in the description of the video. I'll see you there. All right, go Rndr.